asking, I mean, obviously practicing Seattle last year, like, what's it like dealing with the heat out there right now?
Definitely hotter environment from, 72 partly cloudy every day to, I don't know, what's it, 102 today. I grew up in the Dallas area, so pretty used to the heat, but this is probably, one of my first heat teams for OTAs and training camp. So, it's been a little bit of an adjustment, but fun to get out there and play football.
How's your relationship with Paris grown over the handful of weeks?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. That kid's he's a great guy, great player, great teammate, and just had a lot of fun getting to know him in the weight room, off the field, and on the field.
What have you been able to learn so far, just how Yelda kind of controls the line and what he sees?
Yeah, no, he's a smart guy. Most centers are smart guy, but he's got it down well and is able to be a great leader for this team and leader of the O-line, and love having him in there for us. It's great.
You played a lot of center, and I think you said on radio the other day, it's kind of your natural spot, but moving to left guard this year, is that a good thing? Are you intrigued by doing that again?
Yeah, like I've always said to anybody who asks me those questions, wherever the team needs me, unless you're a bona fide all-pro who plays one position and that's it, as an interior guy, you've got to be able to play the swing across the board inside. So, whenever there's an opportunity and that's where the team wants me, I'm more than happy to play there, get the position going and whatever they need.
And what do you like the most so far about this offensive scheme?
Think it fits my play style pretty well with the statements of marrying the run and the pass together. You can do a lot of things that influence the defense, and then kind of just really like how JG runs the program, runs the building. I think he's got it going on the right way, and I think we've got a good group of leaders who are leading this team in the right way. So be exciting for training camp and the season to roll around.
A handful of your teammates, coaches, when talking about you, one of the first things they mention is like your power and strength. I mean, is that what you kind of pride most of?
Yeah, I've, as most linemen, I've always, liked the weight room, like being in the weight room. I'm a pretty strong guy who can move pretty well. So, yeah, I enjoy lifting with the guys and getting out there and competing.
Yelda said it kind of makes him mad, or it's a little bit. But, like, you've been around the league. How's this offensive line group and just their willingness to go in there and put in the work in the weight room?
Yeah, no, it's been good to see. We've had pretty much near perfect everybody here every day, and you got guys in there competing in the weight room, and when you have that competition kind of leading up to OTAs, then you get out to OTAs, it kind of just keeps building on itself, and your season starts in the weight room and then transitions to the field, so you got to have that weight room aspect, and we've got a great group of guys who are working hard in the weight room.
How does this power running game that they want to keep going again fit into your play style?
One more time.
The power running game element of this offense, they got it going really well last year, and they want to do it again. How does that fit into who you are?
Yeah, for sure. I think old kid in the back, James Conner, he's a heck of a guy. I know. I'm pretty sure he missed beginning half of the season or part of it, and really got it going. I think he broke 1,000 for the thing. So we as an O-line, you got to take pride in that, and then you got to take pride in being able to build off that. You can't just be content with what you did last year. You always want to be building off that, and I think that I can bring that to the group and continue to push us in the right direction.
You're like learning how to play with Kyler.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little different, with a running quarterback versus more in the pocket kind of guy. Schemes change a little bit. I don't want to, I'm not going to talk too much into that, but it's just, understanding that he has that freedom to, be back there, and he wants to extend a play he's going to be running. And so I think it's a big asset in the direction of where the league's kind of going with how important and the factor of the QB running game is. So I think he's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal quarterback, and excited to block for him.
There's a whole lot of new guys on this roster. How are you guys building chemistry right now? How's that coming along for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's it's spending the time when you're in the building together, and then speaking on offensive line wise, we're always together. So spending time together outside of the building, whether it's dinners, hanging out, playing games, whatever it may be, just kind of building that camaraderie between the group. But yeah, you have to have that. Anytime you've got new guys that haven't really worked together, don't really know each other, I think the best way to, build up that relationship is spending time off the field to improve the play on the field.
What kind of games do you guys play?
Say again?
What kind of games do you guys play?
I personally, I'm on Call of Duty, so that's my kind of joy. So
Your athleticism has come up a couple of times. Is that one of those things, did you do other things when you were growing up in terms of other sports, or are we talking athleticism for an offensive lineman?
yeah, probably an offensive lineman. So yeah, growing up, I pretty much just played football. I actually, if you want to call it a sport, you can debate with people. I raced cars growing up. So I raced cars for about 10 years, but other than that, man, I really played football and threw the shot put throughout high school. But just kind of growing up, started doing athletic things at a young age and just continued to build off that and build all aspects of being an athlete.
Most race car drivers aren't usually big guys.
No, we are
How
not.
did you squeeze into that?
Well, there's a reason that when I turned about 14, I had to hang it up. You got the cars I was racing at the time. You had a weight limit without the driver and a weight limit with the driver. So you had to hit those. And anytime I was in there, we were way up over the top. And it's definitely a small guy sport. So it was my time to hang it up there. But it was a fun thing that I did with my dad, and I loved it.
What are you getting at center?
Say again?
How much work at all are you getting at center?
Yeah, it's been a rotation. Days at guard, days at center. Wherever they tell me to play that day is where I'm going to be at. So let them make those decisions and just go out there and try to get a little better every day.
Evan, was there anybody in playing against this team last season? Did anything stand out going against Arizona? And maybe you could see where they're now on the rise a little bit.
I'd say obviously being on an offense, only really looking at defense. I'm not looking at what the offense did, but in scheme there, it's very different than what other teams do. I mean, you have Buddha in the middle who can do a lot of special things for that defense, and he makes it hard with the fits and stuff. So I think he's kind of an X factor in that defense and the way they play, and they've kind of built a nuanced system to having him be able to play how he does, and a lot of guys play off of him.
What did you see from Paris playing next to him at left tackle?
Yeah, no, he's I know he had a pretty solid year that year, and he's obviously made the move to the left side now from playing right there. But he's taking it smooth, getting his sets right, and love playing next to him. He's got a lot of power in there. He's a smart player, and it's been fun so far.
What's the key to developing that rapport as a left guard, left tackle?
Yeah, my opinion, just reps. I've always said that game reps are invaluable. You can't beat a game rep, but obviously you can't get a game rep until a game. So the next best thing would be preseason reps. The next best thing is training camp. So it's just kind of building up reps, building up those individual work versus a bag, building up those OTA reps versus the defense. And then into training camp, put the pads on, you can get true fits in there and sets and just working together. So I think, the more practice you get next to a guy, the better you're going to play with him.
You guys have a lot of depth at both guard spots. What do you make of it?
Yeah, we got a lot of guys who have played a lot of ball, and I think that brings competition into the room. And I think no matter what the position is or what it is, competition's going to bring out the best of everybody, and that's all you want as a team. You want the best 11 out there functioning as a unit, and when everybody's pushing themselves to get a little better every day due to competition, it's only going to bring out the best of the team.
Evan, you're 9 practices in now. Have you noticed any waning of enthusiasm or energy from the guys yet at this point?
No, it's been, the same. We got out there on day one and flying around. We have our, our highs and our lows days for the tempo and stuff. But no, it's been fun to see guys flying around, learning the system. Defense hops out there in a new defense every other day, it seems like. So we're just, adjusting on the fly. But no, it's been good for the group, good for everybody to see a whole bunch of different looks and really just expand your knowledge as a ball player.
You mentioned the challenge of playing with a running quarterback. Have you learned anything about how Kyler manages an offense from a vocal or cerebral standpoint?
Yeah, I think he's, from what I've seen, obviously only been here for a month or two right now, more quiet guy, but speaks up when he needs to. He's able to command a huddle when we're in there and get everybody on the same page, good with his adjustments and checks when he needs to be. So, it's been fun playing with him, and he's been solid with it.
Going back to the weight room, are there any stats or numbers you're especially proud of?
These days, not so much. You know, still lifting a lot, but you know, as you getting a little bit older, it's not about hitting those heavy 1 rep max. You know, there's no reason, in my opinion, to put 650 plus pounds on your back and try and squat it for whatever. So it's getting the weight up there and then hitting good reps at that weight. So numbers these days is not so much. It's just being more explosive with those heavier weights without risking any kind of injury. You've got to put in the work in the weight room, but you get to a point where is it that much beneficial to playing with it a little bit.
So did you do 650 squats once?
Yeah, college. Yeah, college, the first year, but you eventually learned to tailor it to more moving that heavy weight faster.
Are you the strongest in the weight room here?
Give or take on some things, I'd say. I think Will's the strongest when it comes to some upper body stuff. I mean, that kid's different when it comes to upper body, but I got a pretty good strength in the lower body, so I think it's a fun little competition we get in there to see what people hit.
Well, it seemed pretty sad that he wasn't next to Paris anymore. Have you been taking some flack from him?
Nah, a little bit. So we came in together when we were in New York. We were both rookies there for first 2 years, so I know Will well. Kept in touch with him a while, so it's fun to get back here and team up again.